All right, let's make some cool glitchy art stuff, wormy things. Open up After Effects, grab an image, drop an image in. Make it a comp. Now that we have our image, let's split this up into 3 different areas: foreground, midground, and background. I'll duplicate this and do it one more time. This guy will say 4, mid, back. So, all right, let's split them apart. Let's start with the foreground. And we're just going to rough this out. Go into the mid. All right, so here we got our fore and our midground. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a new layer. Doesn't matter the color. Put on a fractal noise. This is probably one of the most prominent effects. We're gonna go to Rocky and block. So now that these are little squares, it's gonna transform. We'll undo our uniform scale. We'll stretch one out and we'll bring it down. And because this is kind of a fairly big image, let's go here. It is 2000 pixels wide. So, okay. So yeah, we can, it only goes down to 20, but if you want it less, you got to grab this guy. So let's bring this down. Somewhere around 5. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to mask some stuff up out of it. Oh, sorry. Gotta click on it. Something around there. That's not bad. So we're going to take this mask and we're going to duplicate it. Plop, 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 pop it all around. So we're going to make sure that it's a good size for glitching. I think it can actually go bigger. Take it out just a little bit. There we go. So Control D for the duplications, just select the mask and then hit Control D. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that and I'm just going to move this mask around. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pre-comp that. Make sure you hit Move All Attributes. And we're going to call this the displacement. There you go. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to duplicate. So one layer is going to be the picture. The layer above it's going to be the glitch. So we're going to dupe each one of these layers. So let's actually name this before it gets out of control. Oh, it's already named. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to call this mid glitch. Okay. I'm also going to duplicate the displacement. We can just keep it clean. Call it mid displacement. And we're going to add a displacement map to the mid level. And you'll see why I'm duplicating all these rather than making new ones. It's for control. Oop. Displacement. Add a displacement map. Come on over to the displacement map, go to the source and click mid displacement. I can turn this off. We could actually turn it off. If I come over to here, I move this, you can see these lines that are happening. These are our glitches. Okay. Yep. I turn off these, you can see how this is. All right. Now I'm going to say to this, the actual active displacement that it is. Check this out. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to turn it to a luma mat. So now it's just the displacement. Okay. And we're going to do this again for the foreground. All right, so what's happening is it's probably getting clogged with all the displacements. Sometimes this happens, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-comp this, and this could be mid displacement. So now if we come here, there, now you can see it shift. You see that shift? There we go. There's our little glitches. Maybe we go the other way. Yeah, so go the other way. These are hard to see, but we can see it. Next thing that we're going to do, again, we're going to alpha that. Put that down, and we can call this 4 displacement. So now you can see the displacement there in the background. Okay, and then the last but not least is the background displacement. All right, so now we can actually control the displacement a little bit. Let's start stylizing this up a little. So I'm going to start with the background. Okay. So add an adjustment layer. Let's hop on some curves. Yeah, let's raise that up just a little bit. Just blow that out just a little bit there. Let's go into the reds. Let's pull the reds down. That'll add some greens. Let's pull the blues up. A real hipsterish there. And we can actually add another color. Let's grab the opposite on the wheel here. Of course, Adobe never gives you color wheels. See, we can really play with this. Oh yeah, we get a little multiply in there. Turn down the opacity a little bit. Yeah, so we're gonna turn this down just we're just gonna really kind of back that up. In the adjustment, we're also gonna do, let's add another curves. Or no, I'm sorry, hue saturation. Let's actually start desaturate this a little bit. We'll put this up above the channel. So now we got kind of like a desaturated background there. And now let's make the midground. So what we're going to do on this mid was we're going to pre-comp this background so all these adjustment layers don't start tackling each other. So we'll just hop into here and we'll do, oh, before that, let's actually colorize the glitch a little bit. If I put an add to it, oh, not an add game, my bad. If I set it to an add, you can see that it's a little bit above there. And I think for a background glitch, that might be good enough, but I'm just add some curves to it. Around there. Now these are contrasting colors, so that's actually going to be kind of cool. Let's also add maybe a glow, just a little one. There we go. If I turn out something like that, and let's put this above the adjustment layer. Oops. Like that, we can actually blur it a little bit. Let's give it a little bit of a fast blur. Too much, too much, too much. We still want that flockiness. We'll just, yeah, somewhere around 1 to 2 pixels. Still gonna drop these reds down. Raise the blues. And let's copy that hue and saturation from here. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's actually go into our displacement here. And let's not play with that. I was going to do something, but I thought differently. Background. Now we haven't animating on anything, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into the midground. Oh, before that, let's actually go ahead and get this midground glitch popping. And we'll turn it to an add layer. And you can see that we're gonna need more glitching. More glitching. Actually, you know what? Let's actually keep this back into a normal layer. But let's make it move a lot more. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a bunch of these glitches, because I'm noticing that we're gonna need more glitches. So we'll just do what we were doing before. And just keep duplicating them up. And maybe taking a bunch of them. They can even be over top of each other, doesn't matter. Oops. Just get it real heavy. All right, let's check that out. We'll just call this main. Nope, gotta turn something off here. There we go. That's looking better. Let's increase this. I wonder what happens if I would type in 500. Yep, it would give me 500. Awesome. And let's actually offset this somewhere around here. Let's turn the background so I can see what's going on here. Okay. And then we'll just stylize it up just a little bit here. Next thing that we're going to do, let's stylize this up. I'm actually going to turn up the red and the blue, just getting it up there. Let's turn, come on. Let's dig into the shadows a little bit. We'll just raise them and put a little S-curve onto it. I'm also going to take this and I'm going to add it to the foreground as well. And in the midground, we're going to get some of this blue tones back. So, solid. Do a soft light, and that should go here. So this is a little too hot, so we're just going to come back. We're going to make another set of curves. Now this is the weird part. It has to be on the other layer. Oops. This will be mid. Now it's doing that because we gotta make sure that we have continuous rasterization on. Make an adjustment layer, and we could track Mac all of these to that layer. That would also be a way that we wouldn't need that, and that's okay. We could just do some of that. It looks like on this adjustment layer, we're going to need to just tone down the color a little bit like we did before. So we're just going to turn the saturation. If I turn it all the way down, it should go to black and white. What's going on here? Oh, let's turn off the track back. Somewhere around there. Let's turn this back on. So it's a little too off. So let's get a little bit of color back into it. There we go. You just want hints of color. Hit that. You know, that background, I'm wondering if... Turn the displacement off for the background. That actually, I kind of like the displacement not going through the background. Do something like that, and we'll actually shift these guys. Somewhere around there. If we go here, it's actually not going to matter if I duplicate it. I'm sorry. Gotta go back in here. I want to add a little bit more to that section. And look at that. That's not bad. Now take these foregrounds, comp it in so we can colorize it. Something around there. Let's even... I'm actually going to expose this. Something around there. All right, now the next thing that we want to do is we want to animate it. All right, so we're going to animate the glitch, and then we're going to move the camera so we can plop in the glitch, and then we're going to add in some overcolors and then saturations and all this other stuff to the whole composition. And then we'll make it HD, and then we'll plop it in. All right, so the first thing we want to do is let's go into our displacement layer. So let's roll this twice. So we'll roll it in from the right and we'll roll it in from the left. It kind of looks like there's two things. Okay, so a glitch happens really fast. So it's like, so we're gonna get into this. All right, so I'm gonna say it's about 3 frames to glitch it. So we'll ask there. And then we'll go here. Bloop. I mean, it's gonna go so fast. We'll do it for the other side. What happened? Oh, I must have crossed. I must have crossed streams. There we go. Okay, so let's do this here. And then this will be its luma. And that is going to come in so fast, you're not even going to notice. Okay, now let's start stylizing this up a little bit. We're going to make another displacement map in each one of these guys. This is going to be a smeary. We're going to evolve this. Going to do time times 60. Okay, so what I did there, I hate the fact that it doesn't go away now. To do that, you would hit Alt and then click the stopwatch, and then you can get into type in script area. So how fast is that? That's kind of fast. That's pretty good. This will be... So we're going to displace again. So we're going to do foreground, midground, background. So we'll do 4. And we'll call this 4 displacement. Oh, I'm sorry. Not yet. We're going to duplicate this 3 times. And then we're going to drop it in. Mid. This. And then this will be... Oh, let's add to that. Displacement. Okay, so they'll go on top of each other. Add a displacement map. Somewhere around there. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, I don't like that. So if we come back into our displacement, let's move this out just a little bit. And then the other thing that we're going to do in the actual displacements, we're going to grow the displacement to where it is. So that'll take a couple seconds. So well, maybe like 3 seconds. Go from there. Then right here will be a 0. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I don't like this. So I'm gonna kill it. So if we zero these out, so we're gonna So you right around here. Right here. So now it'll start to grow. It'll grow out. And the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to animate these guys on and off. So do that. And then the glows will all be zeroed. That seems like it's going to be a little slow. So let's do more. All right, and let's see what it looks like all squiggled. That doesn't look bad at all. I actually like that. Okay, on to the next one. Add another displacement map and do the same thing. And again, the displacement, we're gonna animate it. Somewhere around there. Around there. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn on and off the displacement. Go, and then we're going to do the same thing with this glow. We can even do the opacity on this one too. There we go. All right, so let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. Now for the last one. This one's just getting a displacement map. We're not going to go too heavy on it. All right, that's not bad. Let's split them up one more time. And And this could be back all, mid all, and of course foreground all. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this composition settings. And what we're going to do is we're going to go 1920, 1080, full HD. Oops. I guess it was locked. Is it locked? No, it's not locked. Oh. 1080. There we go. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a null. And I'm going to parent everything to the null just to make things a little better. And I'm going to 3D everything. 2 views. Let's just move this back just a little bit here. Now let's make a camera. 50 millimeters. Yeah, 50 millimeters is fine. I was thinking 70, but yeah, let's go with 50. Okay. So foreground obviously has to go in the foreground. Just pull this back a little bit. Midground. If I do this, you notice that it's splitting, but that's kind of okay. Oops. Just gonna come up here and the background. We are gonna scale it. And let's animate this camera. Let's see what this looks like. All right. Next thing, I'm going to add a fast blur to the background. Rather than doing a depth of field, I'm going to add a fast blur to the background rather than add a depth of field. The reason why I'm going to do this is because it's a little less intensive on the processor. So, and it'll give you kind of a good depth of field look. I'm also going to add some lights. That looks okay. I really hate After Effects when it comes to like moving lights and cameras. There's plugins that you have to get that makes this process a little bit easier, but it is still a monster pain in the butt. And I'm gonna make a new light, but I'm gonna change this light, not from a spot. This guy's gonna be a point light. So we're just getting some dynamics in there. I'm going to color this. Actually, I'm going to color it something that is being cast. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Turn the darkness down. And maybe just a little bit more. There we go. Right, and I'm actually going to duplicate it. Add a little bit of something there. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start to color it, give it that hipster color look. Let's increase the exposure of the background. Now we're just getting into nothing but oh, put that in the foreground. There we go. Let's add a new solid. Let's do a color ramp on this solid. Oh, actually, it's four-way color gradient. Now, if I go here and I click color, that it doesn't look good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change these colors around a little bit. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna say, well, I kind of like that blue, and we're gonna grab colors from around the composition so it matches. That looks a little bit better. This purple is wrong. Do something. Well, I do something around there. Let me take a look at this. Okay, so let's redden purple here. If I do white, it's not going to show much of anything, so I just want to kind of bleed some of that red in there. Around there. Good. All right. Let's get this this spotlight needs some help. Let's add another solid to this. This is going to be noise. No, we're not going to do turbulent noise. Let's do... Oh, I'm sorry. Let's add green. Oh, that's right. Green is it's different from other. I use another program that add green is add grade. So actually, if I just do adjustment layer and now add green, you can see that green preview there. So let's just turn it to final preview so we can see that's looking better. Let me go back to one view. Let's add. Besides green, let's also add a little bit more color contrast over this. So I'm going to add another layer. This could be a white layer because we're just going to add a ramp. Put this over top here. Turn this to a soft light. So you can see it gives it a little boost up into this corner here. And I think that is gonna be it for that spot. All right, next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to make the logo. Let's do this in square pixels. So 1000 by 1000 is okay, black, whatever. Make a circle. Duplicate the mask. Let's bring it in to the center a little bit. And let's make whatever our logo is. Something like that. All right, so we'll grab that, come over to our project. We'll grab our logo. We'll throw that in between the foreground and the midground. It's got to be a 3D layer. Change it to soft light. So now this is like kind of like the foreground one. If I duplicate this, this one will be normal. We'll put a glow on it. And this could be overlay. Now the reason why I did the soft light and the overlay is if I just have it as overlay, you can see that it doesn't have the pop. So by putting the soft light behind the overlay, now it has like, I mean, I can see what it is. And let's add a fast blur. A little bit. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna animate it on, so it's not gonna be up the whole time. So what we're gonna do is we'll think of like some fun way of animating it on. First thing I'm gonna do is parent one to the other, because if I do a change to one, I kind of want it to happen to the other, so they can kind of stay together. How about some blinds? So if we put a Venetian blinds on this, let's solo this so you can see what this guy does. You see how it comes on and on? So that's a full transition. So we'll start here. And actually, you know what? We'll have the camera move in a little bit more. So we'll start around there. make it something around there. And let's also do some other stuff. What else we got? Let's do a lens. So if I zero, oh, wait, where is it? If I do the convergence to 0 and do the size at 100, it'll basically be the same logo. See? Which is okay, but I don't think. Nah, let's not do a lens. It's a little pain in the butt to get it going. Let's try glass. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have glass off here. So if I go to 0, and around here for the glass, we'll just crank it. All right, let's check that out outside of solo. All right, now we'll do the bottom one. So this bottom one, instead of it coming in, let's actually blur it. Let's cell pattern it too. Don't use this often, do we? Let's actually put that below the blur. Let's see here. Let's get the cells. Something around there. That's going to be our cell start. Maybe. Yeah. Something around there. And then it will go from celly to non-celly. So we'll just turn that down. Maybe it stays celly for a little bit. And maybe this comes on a hint before everything else. So the other thing that I want to do is this foreground here. Like if we're coming into it, remember how that background is a little distorted? We're going to add a fake blur to the foreground. So you can see if I turn this up, it doesn't look like anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it here. And maybe right about here. So that's not bad. So the next thing that we want to do is we're going to separate that foreground just a bit. So it could start there. And then if we just give it a nudge, a slight nudge down and over in there, it can look like just a better separation. Okay, and we're just gonna bump the mid ground too. So it'll be somewhere around here. We'll just give it a little nudge, tiny, 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 tiny nudge. Just kind of separate that junk. There we go. Actually gonna extend that mid-ground nudge even longer, and then that would probably just about do it. Okay, the next thing I want to do is just ease out that camera. Oops. Hey, that's looking good. So the next thing I'm gonna do, just real quick, just some extra little fluff. I'm going to make another solid. I'm going to put a ramp on this solid. I'm going to put this below the midground. And that guy is going to be a screen. And I'm going to turn it down. A little boost. Oops. A little bit of a light boost. Yeah, that looks nice. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh, this mid-ground. You can't be that far. Okay, so I know this was a long tutorial, but I want you to really go through all the parts. I want you to understand how to get each and everything that we're doing. If you like this content, we're going to do tons more tutorials, different stuff. Going to start hopping into photography, videography, special effects, the whole 9 yards. I will make you your own ad agency at some point. So subscribe, hit the bell, do the things. Okay, later.